Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United States Constitution. The Eighth Amendment concerns before and after a trial. Stick around, we will get into the weeds on this one. Rooted in the English Bill of Rights of 1689. Drafted in 1787, the Eighth Amendment was a reaction to the harsh punishments of the past. Think public floggings, branding, and even execution for minor offenses. The Founding Fathers wanted a fairer system, one that didn't inflict excessive pain or suffering. But what constitutes cruel and unusual punishment? That's actually a question the courts have been grappling with for centuries. Let's take a moment to understand the significance of the Eighth Amendment in the history of the United States. Part of the Bill of Rights, the amendment prohibits the federal government from imposing excessive bail, excessive fines, or cruel and unusual punishments. It has long been a cornerstone of the legal system, ensuring protection for individuals against unjust treatment. The 14th Amendment extends these requirements to the states. What is bail? It is a bond, usually a sum of money, exchanged for the release of an arrested person as a guarantee that the person will appear for trial. If the defendant fails to appear, the bail is forfeited. Bail must be relative to the accused's circumstances. A homeless person with less than $100 to their name and only the clothes on their back may be set for a very low amount. Someone with a home, a job, or children to care for will have to put up more money. The object is to make the accused appear willingly in court without undue hardship on innocent relations, but a sum too high to walk away from. If the bail is excessive, it may be adjusted down at a later date if the defendant can show cause to have it lowered. High bail cannot be used as a form of punishment by forced incarceration per the Eighth Amendment. This is where the Sixth and Eighth Amendment come together for the accused. The procedure varies across the country, but the most important elements are present. The accused is identified, the charges and specifications are given to the defendant. The plea is heard, the bail is set. Some criminal acts can carry fines and incarceration. Typically, the fine is capped by a specified amount. Back in the day, punishments like whipping or solitary confinement might have been considered normal. But as society's values change, so does what we consider cruel and unusual. The courts use a concept called evolving standards of decency to interpret the Eighth Amendment. Basically, what was once considered acceptable punishment might be seen as barbaric today. So where does the SCOTUS stand on the Eighth? A series of cases resulted in low-bar death penalties. The title case involved an accidental shooting during a burglary. Another case was a rape that summoned the Reaper. The highest court ultimately decided that states had enacted laws which made the ultimate penalty too easy to assign, leading to a de facto moratorium on the death penalty. This decision reinstated the death penalty under revised statutes, holding that the death penalty itself was not unconstitutional, but its application must meet certain standards to avoid arbitrary sentencing. The court held that executing individuals with intellectual disabilities violates the Eighth Amendment's ban on cruel and unusual punishment. The court ruled that it is unconstitutional to impose capital punishment for crimes committed while under the age of 18. The court decided that sentencing juveniles to life imprisonment without parole for non-homicide offenses violates the Eighth Amendment. The court held that mandatory life sentences without the possibility of parole for juveniles violates the Eighth Amendment. This case made the Miller decision retroactive, applying it to past convictions. The court unanimously ruled that the Eighth Amendment's prohibition of excessive fines is an incorporated protection applicable to the states under the 14th Amendment. The court held that the Eighth Amendment does not require a finding that a juvenile offender is permanently incorrigible before sentencing them to life without parole. The court ruled that enforcing laws regulating camping on public property does not constitute cruel and unusual punishment under the Eighth Amendment. The Eighth Amendment isn't just about physical torture, it also protects against conditions of confinement that are so poor they violate basic human decency. The Eighth Amendment continues to be relevant today. There's ongoing debate about issues like solitary confinement, the death penalty, and the conditions in some prisons. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more explorations of the Constitution and the law, and let us know in the comments below what other amendments you'd like us to tackle.